to get us started, we're going to be talking about strategies for developing confidence. Strategies for developing confidence. How's your confidence? I say this with earnestness. Isn't confidence sexy? Like, I know that an opposite sex always says what, or same sex, whatever, but whoever's attracted to whoever always says, oh, you know what really turned me on about that person, why I wanted to date them, was they had confidence. There was something about them that was confident. And when somebody walks in a room and is going to try out for a job or do something new, don't you look for that je ne sais quoi? It's that it factor, that confidence. There's just something about them. I also want to say it's not just confidence, it's also sometimes authenticity. That's a real turn on. Someone who just is themselves, and they're very comfortable with that. So the question is, do you hold yourself back from pursuing your dreams because of fear of failure? And the key question is then, how do you overcome that fear? Of course, it's by working on your self-confidence. So here's some confidence builders. Think about these in regard to your life and how you might be able to use those to benefit yourself. First of all, you have to take risks. Am I right or am I right? You have to take risks. You have to approach new experiences as opportunities to learn rather than occasions to win or lose. It's not about winning or losing, because when you learn how to take positive risks, you're going to open yourself to new possibilities and increase your personal growth. I am all about that. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're not frightened. It doesn't mean that you're not uncomfortable or out of your comfort zone. There's a lot of things it may not mean, or I guess what I'm trying to say is there may be a lot of things you still have to go through in order to get there, but the bottom line is always this. You take a positive risk anyway. I have never taken a risk and not had it paid off. Truly, Uli. Trust me. Think back in your life and I'll bet you see the same. The next thing is, I cannot say this enough, my darlings. Be prepared. Prepare yourself. Because if you don't think you're going to do well at something, it is hard to be confident in yourself, right? Even, I can tell you, switching radio stations, it's all new. If you could see the equipment I work on, all new equipment here. I wasn't afraid of interviewing. I wasn't afraid of being the talent in the radio. I was afraid of the equipment. But what I did was I came in ahead of time before starting at the new studio, and I learned. And I got an education, and I took notes. And was I scared the first time I had to run the show? Oh my goodness, yes. And the second time, yes, I was still nervous. But I allowed my talent to shine. I showed up, and the show was amazing. Nobody who listened would have ever known that anything was going on my side because I was confident. I was confident in myself. And of course now I can run this stuff almost in my sleep. That's what happens, right? You do something enough times, you prepare yourself. I say this all the time because I have so many people when I work with them, when there's coaching going on for dreams and goal achievement, and fear is a big bugaboo for people. So afraid of going forward because they have all these what-ifs. Calamity, rejection, terrible things may befall them. They think maybe they'll make a wrong choice. Whatever it is, but I just want to say this. If you prepare yourself, that fear will almost go away. And even if there's a little residual, you can deal with that. You can just translate that into excitement and move forward anyway. So think about, like, if you were going to take an exam, you'd want to study, you'd want to be prepared, wouldn't you? I would. I used to study a lot when I was in college. So think of life as your exam. Prepare yourself. And the takeaway here, of course, is preparation breeds self-confidence. And instead of worrying about things, just prepare yourself more. It was Arthur Ashe who said, one important key to success is self-confidence. A key to self-confidence is preparation. The next thing is focus on solutions. Anything that comes up, what's the solution, right? I can't motivate myself. What's the solution? I'm overweight. I'm not happy with my body. What's the solution? Not happy at my job. What's the solution? Yes, if you shift yourself into solution and start taking action steps, miracles will absolutely happen because you are aligning yourself on the path for good results instead of staying in the problem. The next thing is be grateful. This is so powerful, and people often underestimate the power of gratitude. And I've told the story that one day my best friend and I were having, for whatever reason, just poopy things were going on for us. And she said, why don't we spend the day in gratitude? And that's what we did. We committed, and I spent the entire day thanking everyone and everything. And I don't mean vapidly. I mean, from the bottom of my heart, expressing such deep appreciation. It moved me. It made me realize how much good there was out there, and I know it moved everyone I connected with. And I think it opened me to brand new opportunities and relationships. Here's another one. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? So truly, if you put yourself out there, what's the worst that could happen? Because we do get all wrapped up in the potential, ooh, what ifs, the wondering, the machinations, if I do this, but what if I do that? But we make ourselves bananas, and we end up staying so paralyzed and stuck by not moving forward in the what ifs. So we can advance ourselves, advance our careers, meet our goals, instead of wasting time worrying. Take action on what you have control of, let go of what you don't have control of, and invest your energy wisely. It always works. It was E.E. Cummings who said, once we believe in ourselves, we can risk curiosity, wonder, spontaneous delight, or any experience that reveals the human spirit. Next, think as if. Just think about, like if you were confident, how would you be acting? If you like confident people, what kind of qualities do they have? Emulate that. Go out as if you are confident. I'll tell you a little story here. My grandfather, who I profoundly loved and was close to, he was such a wise man and a powerful figure in our family. Well, I had trouble, it was actually when I was in college, I had trouble accepting compliments. A lot, I really did. And one time that came up because one of his neighbors gave me a compliment, so I admitted to him, Grandpa, I don't know what to do when people say thank you. When people say a compliment, I actually feel uncomfortable. And my grandfather said, well, darling, you fake it till you make it. When someone gives you a compliment, say thank you. Look at them in the eyes, smile at them, and say thank you. And that's a whole sentence. And I really took his wisdom to heart. And from that day on, that's exactly what I did. Every time somebody said a compliment, I looked them in the eyes and I smiled. I said, thank you. And what's amazing is after time, that acting as if became completely natural to me. And I have since had friends and people say to me, gosh, one of the things I love about you, Debbie, is the way you accept a compliment. You really receive and you really make people feel good about complimenting you. And that is a gift my grandfather gave me. So act as if you're confident. Opportunities, remember that you're going to lose 100% of the opportunities that you never go for. If you don't go for it, to get what you want, ask for it. As you think about your goals and what you're striving for, how effective would it be to just believe that all people are out there wanting to help you if you only ask? And if you find that belief empowering, that I say, go ahead, adopt that as your own. Walt Disney said, somehow, I can't believe that there are any heights that can't be scaled by a man who knows the secrets of making dreams come true. This special secret, it seems to me, can be summarized in 4 C's. They are curiosity, confidence, courage, and constancy. And the greatest of all is confidence. When you believe in a thing, believe all the way, implicitly and unquestionably. So remind yourself of all the successes you've achieved already, of whatever magnitude, small, large, doesn't matter, and then tell yourself, I've done it before. I can do it again. Give yourself that extra boost. Jog your memory and affirm, hey, I've earned the right. I'm a breathing, living human being here on this planet at this time. I've earned the right to do that which I set out to accomplish. William Jennings Bryan said, the way to develop self-confidence is to do the thing you fear and get a record of successful experiences behind you. So folks, don't just dare to dream, dare to make those dreams come true. And listen, if you need extra support, just go to www.deborah-dashinger.com/free gift. It's a free MP3 for you, how to make your dreams and goals into your reality. Well, I am so psyched for tonight's show. This should be a joy stick here, because I have the amazing Raven Magwood in the house. Raven, I've already told her before the show started, she's a mini-me at 19 years old, which she has achieved